Won't be watching the TV. And the 30 days is enough. We give it to them, they have to pay. And you'll see that in the motion itself. That's what we need. Very good. And we need
I don't. Yeah, we need to get it on that. He needs to get this one.
I read.
Yeah, but just recording, I need to get going, please.
What's one I verify? Yeah, that's it.
We're live. Aye. Would everyone please rise for the pledge of allegiance? Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We will open the Newton County Council regular meeting for July 16th. The monthly board reports, start with you, Bob, Matt, Tom, anybody have anything? No, David. Nothing, okay. Minutes from the June 18th, 2025, they were all sent to us.
Make a motion to accept the minutes as submitted.
Motion from Bob to accept the minutes as requested or as presented. Their second. David, second the motion. Discussion. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carried. We have a transfer request. We actually 3 transfer requests with the clerk in elections.
These have anything to do with the election for the school board?
The special election.
I'll make the motion to approve all this.
Oh, okay. Motion from Tom, seconded by Mick to approve, accept the 3 transfer requests in the clerk's election budget as presented. Discussion. All those in favor of the motion say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Prosecutor, an additional 3 additional requests out of the 660 prosecutor attorney, that's county general budget. $7,050.90 for an investigator and $1,900 comp time payout, and then a $4,620 request at a user fee pretrial diversion. And you both, Becky, said. Good morning.
Good morning. The $4,620 request is the reimbursement from the DEA to the Drug Task Force. So that's that standard one that we submit. That we don't, my understanding is that we don't even need to appear on that one. It's very routine. The other one is exactly what it says it is. It's comp time payout to our investigator for the hours that he accumulated, and the anticipated payout to our office manager for her comp hours. She has not requested that yet, but I believe she intends to before the end of the year, so we just want to get out ahead of it.
So if you remember a month ago or so, we transferred some money to get the payout done timely because it wasn't in the budget. This is the additional to replace those funds that we used to get the payout done more timely. Because it hadn't been in the budget.
There's no other questions or discussions or concerns. I'll make a motion. to approve.
All 3.
Second.
Motion by Bob, second by Matt to approve the 3 additional requests in the prosecutors, 2 budgets, county general and user fee. Pre-trial diversion. Any other discussion? All those in favor of the motion say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Anything else?
Yes, one other thing. I realized this morning that it's not on the agenda, but my office had submitted a request for a salary ordinance amendment. Did you all, are we
I
prepared
thought
to
that was
discuss
for
that today?
2026 budget.
It is, but there was also another one for the remainder of this year, and it's,
I only saw the one for 2026, so I
oh,
apologize.
okay, yeah, Jill sent me the email where you told her it would be set for today. Okay,
Okay, sorry, because I thought it was, and I did, but then I saw it was for 2026. I didn't know that you guys had a separate one for 2025. I only saw the.
okay. No problem. We'll get that to you, just a preview, if I may. We're asking to increase the hourly rate for PTAP and Drug Task Force in order to kind of keep in line with what officers can make overtime or working side jobs. When PTAP was created, the idea was to incentivize officers to come out and do some extra work with traffic enforcement, some of those problems that we've been having, and particularly with a lot of road construction and stuff going on in the county. We feel like it's really important that we give these officers reasons to want to come out and help us. Yes. So we'll get that out to you and hopefully we can talk about that next month. Thank you.
Thanks, Becky. Commissioners, actually, two different additional requests, but one is both out of county general landfill, and that's for legal services of $100,000, and then in landfill contractual services of $40,000. There's paperwork in your packet. Discussion, that's been motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the $100,000 additional out of landfill. Night out, county general, approve the 40,000. That's submitted.
I'll second that.
Motion by Tom, second by Mick to approve the $100,000 legal services additional request to Commissioner Landfill. Deny the request out of county general and approve the $40,000 additional request out of landfill for the commissioners.
It's the other way.
Or other way around, I'm sorry.
Approve out of count or other county general,
That's the way I thought it should be, but I think that's what he said. It
Yeah.
must have been me. So the motion is,
The other way too. He said, yeah, because that's, I was questioning.
motion is to approve out of county general $100,000 for legal services, deny the request out of landfill, and approve the landfill request for contractual services. That's your second also, Beth?
Yes.
Okay. So discussion?
Yeah, okay, so. All right, so then explain this to me. So they're asking for 100,000 two different ways.
Correct.
And so you're gonna decide, how do you have to know that?
Well, we experience, because we've kind of trained everybody when they take an additional request that could come out of either budget or gives the council the choice to choose which one.
And then Tom, and so you chose to take out the county general instead of landfill because we have more latitude.
Yes,
Flexibility.
the landfill funds are dwindling a little bit. We've got work.
Totally makes sense, okay. Yeah,
In the past, Bob, just for history, that probably wish it would have been made the other way,
right.
because our landfill funds are pretty tight. The county general funds have some cushion.
But the 100K legal services, that's what we talked about at the last meeting, right? No, it's different. Correct.
I think. So,
Yeah, with the,
I do know that at budget time last year, we considerably cut legal services, in the hopes that it could bring that down some. So I'm not surprised that I think we cut maybe 200 out. I don't remember now. But anyway,
we can say we try.
we tried. We tried. Any other questions or discussions, explanation from the commissioners, any questions? If not, the motion is to approve the $100,000 request out of landfill, deny the $100,000 request out of county general.
By the way,
Prove it out of. Start over.
Not getting our landfill money, all right?
approve the request out of county general, deny the request out of landfill, and then approve the landfill request for contractual services. Everybody good on that, except me?
Your brain is trained the other way.
It is strained that way. All those in favor of that motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Ambulance. Come on up here. We have, a salary amendment. And then, a transfer request from deputy director to call out pay. Is that correct?
Tammy, this was just in regards to the call out pay, right,
Yes.
for the salary ordinance stuff. Okay,
Yeah.
I just want to make sure before I get talking.
Absolutely.
Okay, so,
Talk about whatever you want.
There's amended salary ordinance before the transfers,
so what this is, the clerical assistant, we decided at budget time, since they're required to also maintain an EMT cert, that if they have to be called out onto the ambulance, they would get a call out pay for taking an ambulance call instead of doing their normal office duties. At that time, it was budgeted in landfill. However, the salary ordinance reads that it is to come out of county general. So it's either we're going to, I think the options were we're amend the salary ordinance to where it pays out of landfill, or we,
put on salary for.
oh, okay, sorry.
When I pulled the budget, you thought it was coming out of landfill and the motion was out of your, your county general.
Yes.
So that's where we had to clear it up.
So the request in the salary ordinance is to, I don't see the paperwork. To change it. The budget it's coming out of, is that what it is? Not the dollar amount?
He thought it was coming out of landfill. It was never coming out of landfill, but it did not get put on the salary ordinance. So we need to approve the amended salary ordinance. And then he just wants to do a transfer because it didn't get put in the budget. It was the last minute add-on. I missed it, putting it in.
But the change in the salary ordinance is just the budget it's coming out of. And it will be
It
coming-
really never got put on the
It
salary.
didn't get put in, we're correcting that, and it will come out of ambulance.
Correct.
Everybody understand that? Maybe
Clear as mud.
clear as.
I could pull them in
So here
if
it
you want.
So there's not another salary ordinance that's being created, or is it?
This needs to be added to it, so it's an amendment to the one you guys approved in December. For this year.
The rate,
The whole thing got missed.
the rate hasn't changed.
No, the
We're
rate
just,
never
we're just
changed.
clearing up what.
So
budget
it's
we
the
have.
first deputy pay times 1.5 times 2, so it's a minimum 2 hours. But if she goes over, then she gets paid.
So we need to act upon the amendment to the salary ordinance for call.
The bottom line, I just missed it in the ordinance and in the budget. So instead of doing additional, he's just transferring money because he has it in his funds.
So we won't need to. Do the thing with the ordinance, just approve this.
Well, you have to.
We need
approve the
to
amended salary.
approve the amendment to the salary ordinance, so we know what budget it's gonna be paid out of.
Okay, and we got a copy of that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So- Oh, okay.
It's only occurred that's outside of the 8 hours that that person's already there, or
It's if they
It's an
have to,
addition to?
yeah, it's an additional pay if they have to utilize their EMT cert, because it's something that was added to the job, description years ago, that they were required to hold an EMT cert as kind of like emergency backup. And they never were compensated for it, but they still had the requirements of keeping up their Con Ed and maintaining.
so
the
have they been
EMT cert.
getting called out then?
Yeah, it doesn't happen a whole lot, but there's times people come on station when the ambulance is already on a call. And they're there by themselves and they have to do stuff. And so it's just a way to kind of, offset the cost of the fact that they have to still give time outside of their 40 hours to maintain their cert. So, thought there should be some sort of pay if they have to utilize that outside of their normal job duties of billing and other office work.
And it is in the job description. Right. I think it is. It was supposed to be.
Yes.
So I'll make a motion to approve the amendment to the salary ordinance. To show call out time of 64.52 per hour, minimum of 2 hours. Second.
Out of ambulance.
Out of it, land. Right. That's what that was about.
Yeah, I didn't put anything with landfill.
It's just out of ambulance, not financial,
That's where everything was approved originally.
which is the tax, technically of all the salaries. That's not the question. Won't muddy that water.
Third County General tax base.
So motion from Tom, second by David to approve the amendment to the salary ordinance for call out in the ambulance budget. The rate stays the same at 64.52, minimum 2 hours. But it designates that it comes out of ambulance. Discussion? Back around.
So I just, we don't have to advertise if there's a change in salary ordinance.
Salary,
This week I make them, it's in the meeting.
salary ordinance do not require ever.
Even when we do the first of the year and print it, it doesn't have to be.
And just on, got a motion on the floor. Any other discussion on the motion to approve the amendment to the salary ordinance? All those in favor of the motion say aye. Opposed, motion carried. Before I forget real quick, on that advertising thing, transfers don't have to be advertised either, do they? It's just additional, so anytime you're changing the budget, putting new dollars in, is what has to be advertised.
The only thing we have to do publicly is at the first of every year is report everybody's salary. That has to go public.
Also keep in mind that transfers, one that doesn't get approved by the council.
And the difference there is if it's within a category, they can transfer without approval. Unless it's the 1,000 category that has to do with salaries, then we have to approve that. So now we have, the request for the transfer of money, for call outs out of the deputy director pay into call out pay. And we did not put that in the budget at all, is that correct?
Correct. It was my fault. I missed all of it. So this is
One
just a reminder.
Yeah.
I'll move to approve this amendment.
Second.
Motion by Tom, second by Mick to approve the transfer request, in the ambulance budget. Discussion. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Other matters. Well, this is quick.
Tammy, did you have a landfill report for us? Since it's not in our packet.
Oh, I still haven't got the money, so it's the exact same thing as last month. I have not sent the monthly. So I just didn't print another one. It's the same.
They
as
just running
was
behind
pretty
or-
nice.
Are they just running behind?
Usually the money's been coming between the 16th and 18th, so it's just how your guys' meetings are falling. I went back and looked and, yeah. They haven't had a chat yet.
Anything else to come before the council?
Just a quick question. Sorry, it's hard to hear from back here, so I might have misunderstood, but did I just understand you all to say that you could discuss a salary ordinance amendment without it being advertised?
That is correct.
So then in that case, can we revisit the salary ordinance? And discuss the results?
I was thinking that while you were up here.
So he questioned if it had to be advertised in the new, like the newspaper. No, I don't. But it has to come in front of them, which I have that form for them to approve.
I mean, that would be, come on up.
I mean, but you guys don't have the form to sign off to approve it, so.
Right, and we haven't talked about it, but it would, whatever you guys want to do, we can legally take action on this today.
We've got time. Let's get it.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
You said you can take legal? I don't have,
We can make the motion. We just.
I don't have
you
anything to sign to make it. I've never done it that way, but go ahead. Cause you guys can go in retro back. Are we running?
Point is, they're
know, I
Discuss it,
get
we can
that.
discuss it.
I get that.
I think we could make the motion and then sign it at the next meeting. It wouldn't be.
Tammy, can you have it printed off here? Or do you have to do a lot to get
I
that?
don't have, no. Okay. That's fine, do what you gotta do out.
And if not, that's fine. I just thought that you could,
I didn't think I
Make
could,
that.
that's fine.
Make sure she has it.
Sorry, I don't want to make it difficult. I was just hoping to get this done as quickly as possible so that, you know, our officers can start kind of benefiting from this in the event that you choose to approve it.
I just gotta get my stuff out of the discussion on it.
So. Review real quick, this is, the funding comes from.
From diversion and deferral funds. So specifically, what we're asking for, there were two, amendments that were submitted, or requests for amendments that were submitted. The first is for the deputies for special traffic detail, so that's what we refer to as PTAP. That is funded out of our diversion funds from the prosecutor's office, so those are user fees. This does not come out of county general. Currently, that is paid at approximately $30 an hour to our officers. At the time that pay rate was set, that looked like an overtime rate. Now that so much time has gone by, that starts to look a lot more like just a standard hourly rate rather than overtime. So we're requesting to increase that to $45 an hour so that it's in line with the deputy's overtime rate. And then we made the same request for our drug task force funds, which again, come out of user fees, and those pay officers in addition to their regular scheduled hours to work on drug task force projects. And that is available, both to, PTAP is available to all of the law enforcement officers. Drug task force is available to law enforcement officers who are part of the drug task force, which that encompasses both of the investigators in my office, as well as a number of the officers at the sheriff's department, and some of the town officers as well are part of the drug task force.
So this is not a new program.
It's not.
basically to catch up. The pay rate. It's been in place for quite a few years, if I remember right. Our officers have all, pay has all gone up, but this is something that evidently we've never increased that.
Not for a long time. I'm not sure when that was set. It was well before my time that that hourly rate was established.
Are you seeing a reduction of people participating since the rates aren't up?
I believe so, yes. I don't have figures today to substantiate that. I can provide that if you want to see it, but just
curious.
anecdotally, I would say yes.
Yes.
Beck, I don't know if I missed it, but like, so you're requesting a salary ordinance amendment to keep with the current rate, right?
Right.
Do we have dollar amounts? Did you present those to Tammy?
What the current dollar amount
Right.
rate is, I don't have that in front of me, and I apologize
What's
for
the
that.
ask? I guess I'm asking, what is the ask?
The ask is to increase it from approximately $30 an hour, where it is currently, to $45 an hour.
How many people are we talking about? How many hours?
It's, the number of hours is really contingent upon what officers want to work it and how many hours they want to work. They basically get to do this, and as long as they're meeting the terms and the expectations of the program, they can do that almost as much as they want to. We do request that we have that budgeted in increments of $10,000 a year. So once those funds are exhausted, if we reach.
I'm gonna say that
those
fiscal
funds-
body, I'd want a cap on that, right?
Right, absolutely. So it's tentatively capped at $10,000 a year, and then if we reach that or seem like we're getting close to that threshold, then we come back and ask for an additional. So then again, we would ask.
And what is it current?
I apologize again, I don't have that number in front of me.
The dollars in that. Yeah, is that what you're asking about?
I'm just asking, what is the budget currently and the salary?
You're asking how much money is left that's been
No,
appropriated.
what did you
for this
budget
year?
for current?
Oh.
Did you have it in 10?
Yes, we did,
You had it
10,000.
at 10 and now you're wanting to cap it for
No, we're not changing the cap, we're changing the hourly
Just,
rate.
yeah.
rate. Oh, okay.
The cap is still in place at the
I'm on
same.
the same page now.
Prosecutor's office is really good at managing that, and these funds are actually coming from funds that they have received rather than tax dollars.
Right, not coming out of Canada, Canada, just you. That sounds like a motion.
Well, yeah.
I'm curious, hijacking our meeting, but do you guys ever pass 10,000? Confident that happened where you get more money?
In my tenure, I don't think that that's happened with PTAP funds. It has happened with drug task force funds where we've either had issues where because we have an officer who's doing some drug task force work that then gets reimbursed by the DEA. And so sometimes we have exceeded that $10,000 while we were waiting for DEA reimbursement. So we increased it to accommodate that. And then that relates back to the additional that they approved earlier.
So with the discount rate, do you foresee that now crossing that line? Where you think?
Possibly, and we'll definitely be keeping an eye on that so that if it does happen, we can come back to you and ask for an additional timely before we can.
That, ask for this. No, no, you're welcome, you're fine.
So
Ask your questions.
with increasing and the one having so much in the DEA, will we get reimbursed by the amount increasing also?
Yes.
As a percentage?
Yes,
So, and you're going to do this for the DEA also to be increased at this rate?
yes. The DEA reimbursement will be reimbursed at the additional rate, which actually I believe that it already is because those are overtime funds. So that's set up a little bit differently. Also, I would mention that with regard to the drug task force funds, there have been times where we've had special circumstances in the county. For example, I believe it was the spring of 24 approximately, that might not be exactly right. There was a large law enforcement effort coordinated between multiple law enforcement agencies in the county to track down a particular offender who was accused and subsequently pled guilty and is now in prison for the rape of a teenage girl. And so we use those drug task force funds to incentivize some overtime for police officers who wanted to spend extra time working on that project. And we coordinated with the sheriff's department to do that.
I think I'm guessing Tammy went to.
Yeah.
She's
She's
got the form things.
But all of it comes out of the fees and the fines that you already collect
Correct.
for,
So diversion funds come from pretrial diversions. It's just everybody familiar with that process.
Bob, you had asked about, the kind of the cap and the money and all. So in these particular funds, once the cash is gone, which they hardly ever do, they manage it well. Then they're done, no matter what. If the money's gone, then program it until they recollect. And the prosecutor's office historically, like everybody else in the county, has done a really good job tracking that. Years.
So we're going for a motion.
Yeah, I expect we better wait.
And
See what
in
she
fact,
comes up with.
something that's unique about the prosecutor's office is that in our budget, I think you'll see that the only expense that's paid for in my office out of county general is salaries. So aside from that, we're entirely funded by our diversion and deferral.
So we gotta go by that.
Yes, it is.
I just don't know how I track it.
You're okay? Okay. We've got paperwork.
Bob, you wanna take this one, Bob? Go for it, Bob. I'll second it. Oh, really?
I'll second it. Okay.
Sure.
And I have you guys repeat, since I wasn't in here, how the motion and the discussion was.
I'll go ahead and make a motion that we accept the salary ordinance amendment to increase the hourly rate to keep with the current rate of $45, increase to $45. Right. Paid for out of what funds? Help me out.
So on the front page,
user pretrial and user.
Different. Yes.
Thank you.
Second.
Motion by Bob, seconded by Tom to adapt the salary ordinance as for the hourly rate in user pretrial and user deferral budgets to be set at $45. Hourly rate of $45. Is that correct? Discussion? All those in favor of the motion say aye. Aye. Opposed?
Thank you very much. Thank you, Tammy.
Thank you.
Hey, Becky, before you
Yeah.
get back to your seat, I spoke with Linda, I guess it was even just at the fair maybe recently about, and I'm not even sure what the program is, but Julian got a hold of me a few years ago and actually before him. And it's in some, a refund of confiscated monies and things.
Equitable sharing.
Is that what it is? And when it was all set up prior to you, fiscal body had to okay some of that stuff. Well, my name got put in that, which is okay. I was president of the board at that time. Well, then there was evidently some paperwork stamped through before you took office, and we had to reapply, and it was kind of a job. We did a lot of work to get that done. But my understanding is it's listed as me, not as the president of the council.
Okay.
And I would think we need to get that cleared up because
Okay.
I may not be here forever.
Okay.
And it probably just needs, when I spoke to Linda
Yeah.
about that, so I just wanted to, I don't want that ball to get dropped.
It's not.
If we can get that cleared up and.
Right.
Because when Julia calls me and says, hey, I need your signature on this, you know, it's kind of like, yeah, well.
Okay.
So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lynn. Anything else to come before the council today?
I do have to sort of go to the order. Did you want to speak about the?
Yeah. So I think,
Several people think this, and I was like, didn't know much about it.
so I think all you guys saw this. I received this before the fair and it's a, thank you from Denny and Carol Ritchie and their grandkids did some little artwork and it's a thank you for dollars spent at the fair. And I've had several people, and I think you guys probably had it too, talk about that. Make everybody aware that the dollars that we have put into the fair haven't gone unnoticed.
I was thinking anytime, that's a big reward to other people, but what we can help them, not just the money, also phone calls, making things go.
Especially the $5 racial night, several people were very appreciative.
Yeah, and then, you know, in this thank you from the Richies, you know, it talks about having 9 grandkids and how difficult that would be to take them all to the fair for multiple times without the county's assistance. So I think it's a good deal. Anything else to come before the council? Yeah, we've got paperwork to sign. So. We also, what? What?
Hourly rate for consulting. Is that, or is that council? This is financial.
An hourly rate would be, well, it'd have to come before the council. An hour for consulting.
She's on the commissioner's agenda to discuss if it's gonna be contractual, but I mean, then
No, that's
it would
fine.
come to you guys for the rate.
Talk to the commissioners first and then it'll come back to us. All right. Anything else? Not, we will recess the council meeting for a few minutes and then we will reconvene in a joint meeting with. We are recessed.
I know, I didn't make it after, but I made it next one. Yeah, that is. I didn't read that, I didn't see it.
stop.
Yeah.